Hi everyone, so today we're going to continue to talk about sequencing. So just a reminder, we actually saw this slide yesterday, but I wanted to start off by reviewing it. Again, authors will use sequencing to explain how things happen in a certain order. Some of the keywords that they will use are first, next, then, now, after that, later, finally, and before. And these are used to show the sequence of events in informational texts. So, using keywords like these helps the reader see the sequence or just the order of events taking place. So, let's look at this text. This is an informational text. You can see the title is The Life Cycle of Mosquitoes. Did you know that mosquitoes have been around since the dinosaurs? These tiny insects are major pests, but they do have an interesting life cycle. It all begins with tiny eggs that are laid on the water's surface. The eggs float along on their own or sometimes in large clumps. Then the eggs hatch and come out into tiny larvae. The larvae breathe in the water through tubes. During this stage, the larvae eat and shed their skins many times. After that, the larvae form pupas. Inside the pupas, the larvae transform into adult mosquitoes. Finally, mosquitoes break out of the pupas and dry their wings. It is ready to live its life on land. So, in this text, what keywords did the author use to help you better understand the order or sequence of the events happening in the text? Can you take a minute to spot those? So, we can spot some keywords. So, I see the keyword begins, so I'm thinking that's how they start. And then I also, as I continue to read back over this, I see the word then, so that must happen after they start out with tiny eggs. Then they hatch. I also see the phrase after that to help me sequence these events in order. And I also see the word finally, meaning last. Did you spot those four? So again, here they are in blue that you can see are keywords begins, then, after that, and finally. So using words like these four, begins, then, after that, and finally gives a text a sequence or a special order. So we can use these keywords to quickly sequence the events of a mosquito's life cycle. They've given us an example of just 4 sentences that would be sequenced for the life cycle. It all begins with tiny eggs that are laid on the water's surface. Then the eggs hatch and out comes a tiny larva. After that, the larvae forms pupas, and finally mosquitoes break out of the pupas and dry their wings. So if we wanted to number these, we could number them 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is the sequence or the order of events that of a life cycle of a mosquito. So authors will use these keywords throughout the text, but we need to pay close attention to which keywords they use. This will help us to better understand the sequence or the order of events happening in the text that we're reading. So sometimes when we are sequencing, authors will actually use dates to help us sequence the events in a passage or in a story that we're reading. So let's take a look at this one about Dominique Dawes. Dominique Dawes became the first African American to win an individual bronze medal in the Olympic Games. It all started in 1976 in Maryland when she was born. In 1982, she began taking gymnastics classes at just 6 years old. As she stayed in gymnastics throughout the years, it wasn't hard to see that she was a very talented tumbler. As she continued competing, Dawes won all-around gold and all 4 individual events in 1994. In 1996, she joined the U.S. Olympic team, and her outstanding performance helped the U.S. women's gymnastic team win a gold medal. She also competed at an individual level and won a bronze medal, after making her the first African American to win an individual medal in women's gymnastics. So looking at this paragraph, do you spy any dates that could help us understand the order of events or the sequence happening in this paragraph? So looking back through my paragraph, I see that I have the date 1776, and I read that she was born. I also see the date 1982, where she began taking gymnastics classes. And then as I continue to reread, I see that in 1994, she won the all-around gold medal in 4 individual events. And then I see in 1996, she joined the U.S. Olympic team, and her outstanding performance helped the U.S. women win a gold medal. And I can see she also competed in 1996 at an individual level and won a bronze medal. All right, so here we have our dates highlighted for us. Again, these 4 dates that we just talked about on the last slide. So again, just like with our life cycle of a mosquito, this is giving us the example of how we can use dates to sequence information in a text. So again, they gave us in 1976, she was born in Maryland. In 1982, she, at 6 years old, began taking gymnastics classes. In 1994, she won the all-around gold in all 4 individual events. And then in 1996, she helped the women's gymnastics team win a gold medal. So dates, again, can help us put things in order and sequence events. So today for your classwork, you are going to have a sheet similar to what we did yesterday with the YouTube page, except today it is on Fortnite, and you are going to be doing this page by yourself. It's the same setup as yesterday. It's going, for the first 3, it's going to give you either the cause or the effect, and you need to find the missing one, and then you need to write it in a full sentence, just like we did yesterday. The 4th one, it's going to ask you to create a cause and effect using the Fortnite passage. And then on that last slide, we would like for you to sequence the order of events in the Fortnite passage. All right, I hope you have a great rest of your day.